Most people think the Frankenstein monster was born in a lab, but his true creator, it wasn't a scientist. It was a mountain, halfway across the globe, screaming in the dark. April 1815, Indonesia. Mount Tambora exploded with the power of 10,000 atomic bombs. It didn't just kill thousands nearby, it choked the entire planet in a suffocating veil of sulfur and ash. By 1816, the sun had vanished. They called it the year without a summer. Frost beat the crops in July. Famine began to stalk the streets of Europe and America. In Switzerland, the sky turned a bruised purple. The rain simply never stopped. Into this gloom traveled a group of young, rebellious riders looking for an escape. They arrived at Villa Diodati, but the summer holiday they planned was a nightmare. Trapped indoors by the relentless storms, the group, including Mary Shelley, began to lose their minds to boredom. To pass the time, the infamous Lord Byron issued a challenge. We should each write a ghost story. The men began to write of vampires and ghouls, but Mary struggled. Outside, the volcanic ash in the stratosphere created terrifying vivid sunsets of blood red and sickly yellow. Mary couldn't sleep. Her dreams were becoming vivid. In a half-waking trance, she saw it, the pale student of unhallowed arts kneeling beside the thing he had put together. She saw the hideous phantasm of a man stretched out, and then, on the working of some powerful engine, showed signs of life. She grabbed her pen. The words poured out, fueled by the gloom of the volcanic winter. She was inspired by galvanism, the idea that electricity could jumpstart a dead heart, a terrifying thought in a world without sun. Her monster wasn't just scary, it was a reflection of the cold, starving world outside the villa's walls. The volcanic winter of 1816 provided the perfect backdrop for a story about the hubris of man and the wrath of nature. By the time the weather cleared, Mary Shelley had created a masterpiece. Science fiction was born in a storm. But the real horror was still happening outside. Tens of thousands were dying as the climate collapsed. It wasn't just Frankenstein. The same storm forced John Polidori to write The Vampire, the precursor to Dracula. 3 days of Indonesian fire led to 2 centuries of literally monsters, the butterfly effect in its most terrifying form. Eventually, the ash settled. The sun returned, but the world would never look at science the same way again. In 1818, the book was published. Readers were horrified by the modern Prometheus. It was a warning. Just because we can create life doesn't mean we should. A lesson learned in a year of death. Today, Mount Tambora is quiet, but its impact remains on every bookshelf and movie screen in the world. The next time you see the monster, remember the volcano. Remember the year the sun died. Nature creates the chaos, and we create the monsters. If you love this deep dive into history, hit subscribe for more.